It's bigger, it's better, and it's back. Introducing the Macdown 2. You guys really loved my first Apex Legends tournament, so we had to make a sequel. And trust me, we went all out this time. 60 of the best Apex Legends pros will compete for a $10,000 prize pool. Yes, $10,000. We were able to up the prize pool because Macdown is now partnered with Predator Gaming. And just like last time, there's a twist. Every round, 2 of the legends will be banned for the rest of the tournament, meaning that you won't be seeing the same composition over and over again. Seer. Which players will make it to the top, and which legends will be banned? Find out at the Macdown 2 on April 1st at 1 p.m. PST on my Twitch. I, like many of you out there, am a big fan of Battle Royales. And because of this, I'm also very critical of them. I talked about some of the problems with the Battle Royale genre in a previous video, and one of the comments really intrigued me. Crafty TYT says, with all this shade towards BRs that Macro is throwing, I'd like to see him make the perfect BR. This is a great idea for a video. Look, I'm no developer and I don't pretend that making a video game doesn't require a ton of hard work and skill. So this is more like my dream Battle Royale. From the aesthetic to the gameplay to the monetization, I will be giving you all my pitch for my BR. This is Macro Royale. Let's get the aesthetic out of the way as it's the vibe of the game. I want this game to look futuristic but cartoonish. The vibe of Overwatch comes to mind. The lore of this game would be that players are playing on this new virtual system that allows for players to die in-game without actually dying in real life thanks to new technology. But lore-wise, it won't be that deep. I'm not here to write a movie. I'm just here to explain the game. I will want this game to be a class-based shooter, so the individual characters will have distinct characteristics from their colors, to their sizes, to their voices, and all that nonsense. And you will be able to customize your character with cool skins and cosmetics, which I'll talk about more later. I know this sounds a lot like Apex, and as a big fan, of course I'm going to draw a ton of inspiration from that game, but it will greatly differ in the This is the most important element, so we have to talk about individual mechanics one at a time. For starters, what perspective is this game? First or third? I personally think that first-person shooters just feel a lot better, and it won't allow for people to peek around corners. So first person it is. I would want this game to be 60 people jumping into a match, whether it's solos, duos, or trios, or even quads. This way, finding a match is faster, since finding 100 plus people is not that easy to do. And also, we can have slightly smaller maps than maps like Warzone or Fortnite have. I'm a big fan of how the main BR dropships work, so we'll keep it like that. Skydiving out of the ship. Now let's talk about the loot system. In my dream game, I want to minimize the RNG that comes with looting. You will have to find weapons and other gear as usual, but it won't be overcomplicated. I would want to limit the amount of weapons to a bunch of classic FPS staples. A solid assault rifle, SMG, burst weapon, DMR, LMG, basic pistol, heavy pistol, sniper, and bow and arrow, because I like bows. There can be more weapons added later down the line, but these are just fun starting weapons. For all of these weapons, I would want to use Hyperscape style of looting, where in order to level up the weapon, you have to find another copy of it. I found that this greatly limited the loot pool while also making duplicates not feel like a waste of space. I also really liked how Hyperscape handled ammo as well, as it was a one-size-fits-all mechanic. So we'll do that too. In the pre-lobby, you can customize not only how your weapon looks, but what each upgrade of the weapon will be. Do you want your level 2 upgrade to increase its ammo size or increase its handling? This way you can also choose what kind of sight you like. Do you want it to have a scope or be better for close range? The default weapons will always just have iron sights, but from level 2 onward, it will be whatever you chose in the lobby. This way, there's a lot more freedom in how the gunplay feels, and a little bit less RNG. Also, unlike Hyperscape, these won't be hit scan weapons. This game will also feature 3 grenade types that you can only carry one at a time. A regular frag grenade that you can cook and then throw, a thermite grenade that catches things on fire, and a sticky grenade which sticks to walls and people. All of these grenades will do decent damage to people, but also to walls. Because in my dream BR, I want the whole world to blow up. I love the idea of breaking down walls and doors and windows because this means people are really discouraged from camping, and I don't want this BR to be slow. I want it to feel fast as hell. So let's talk about the movement. There won't be any fall damage because fall damage sucks. This will be a class-based battle royale like I said before. Some characters can be all about mobility by having a grappling hook or a jump pad, while others can be more about defensive strategies like building walls and fortifying areas. And then some characters can be all about demolition and just blow things up with ease. Regardless of what character you choose, they will all have the ability to double jump and wall run. I love Titanfall, and I think people have been itching for a game with similar movement. The movement will feel fluid and intuitive, while not so fast that it becomes impossible to fight. Also, you'll only have a limited amount of wall running, and it won't reset after hitting another wall, and your jump height isn't super high. But I will allow for you to wall run up, so your ability to climb high is solid in this game. The movement will feel really good, but not super duper overpowered that it's impossible to shoot anybody. And that's why I think the demolition aspect of this game will greatly balance the crazy movement. You can't run and hide forever if there's no more buildings to hide in. So you're probably thinking that everyone's going to be fighting on the rooftops, which will be the case 99% of the time, but a lot of the ultimates in this game will create a ton of damage to buildings, like airstrikes or a laser from the sky. This way people don't just camp the top of buildings either. Now before you come at me and think that this game will just be ability spam and explosions left and right, I don't think it will, because abilities as well as ultimates will have a very long cooldown. These cooldowns will be a lot faster by doing damage or getting kills or finding ability cells, which will be a separate item that can be used one time to decrease your ability's cooldown, not your ultimate by the way. Most abilities will have a couple charges, so this will be worth finding and picking up. This mechanic of long cooldowns would allow for less situations where players are just running away for free, but instead will reward players who have the best management of their abilities and make aggressive pushes, because the more kills you get, the more abilities you can do. The time to kill will be a bit faster than Apex Legends. I still think the idea of Evil Armor is fantastic. Evil Armor rewards players for taking fights, and that's what we want. I also want players to heal their shields with both a small and a large shield recharge thing, kind of like cells and batteries in Apex. However, I don't like the idea of healing health, and I think health should regenerate passively for all characters. Not super duper fast, but fast enough where you feel like you don't need to even heal it. To make up for this, you have a bit less health in general, and even the shield at its maximum won't be as strong as Apex Legends. The storm will first affect your shields before it affects your health, so if you have to move in the zone, you're not completely out of luck. I also don't like the backpack system. When you fully die, all your loot's just going to be sprawled all around you, similar to Fortnite and Hyperscape. So instead of a backpack, I will instead have slots for your inventory. Ammo will all be stored on its own, similar to Fortnite, and you'll always have 8 inventory slots. The small shield healing will only take up 1 slot, and the big shield healing will take up 2 slots, and ability cells will take up 2 slots here as well. And like I said earlier, you can only carry 1 grenade, so that will have its own separate inventory slot. Like most games, you won't instantly die, but instead be knocked and your team can revive you. There won't be any knockdown shields, but you can choose to finish yourself if it's more convenient for your team. Pause, that came out weird. I also want to add a mechanic where you can pick up your down teammates right over your shoulder, but if you do this, you can't double jump or wall run. This will just allow for you to move your teammate out of a terrible area and revive them safely. You can even throw them if you want. And I like the idea that if you throw your teammates into a wall, it slightly damages the walls, so weakened walls can be broken with your teammates. If you decide to pick up your teammate, you also can't use your weapon. Reviving will take some time, like 8 seconds, but some characters may have abilities that make that faster. If your teammate is killed while downed, there won't be banners to pick up. Instead, there will be stations where you can essentially buy back your teammate with in-game currency. I love this mechanic in Warzone, and I think it works really well. So I'm also gonna steal the Gulag from Warzone as well. You get 1 extra chance to come back with your team. However, if you fail that attempt, you can still be bought back at these stations. You can find money everywhere in the map, and you'll get some for killing people as well. At these buy stations, you can buy weapon upgrades, armor upgrades, healing, and ammo, as well as ability cells. You can also buy intel onto where the next ring will be. So now, all characters can be useful for a price. Now for the map, I would want a full-on cyberpunk city with a central park in the middle with huge trees, some construction sites, billboards, and just cool architecture to make the movement feel really great. Not too many huge buildings, but enough to create insane battles and also insane scenarios where the whole thing can collapse. I would assume that this would require a lot of processing power, but I think it would be crazy fun. The ring would close, and eventually we will have a winner. And the better you do, the more experience you'll get, and you'll level up, and every time you level up, that grants you a small amount of currency. Currency for what? For This free-to-play shooter will need to make money, but I want the cosmetics to feel awesome and fairly priced. You will have the ability to earn currency just by playing, and that can buy you anything you want. And there will be plenty to buy, from weapon skins, character skins, emotes, spray paints, etc, etc. But this game will also have some really cool unlockable melee weapons that basically replace your fist when you have no weapon. Kinda like an heirloom. Each individual character will have 2 heirlooms. One of them can be earned after getting 500 wins or 5,000 kills with that character, whichever comes first, and the other can only be earned after getting 20 kills or 5,000 damage in a game. I know that seems outrageous, but I love having unique cosmetics that feel super earned, and people will easily do that. This game will give people something to grind for outside of the battle pass and ranked. Also for ranked, I will give the top 500 best players a unique emote every season that will never be attainable again after that season. There will also be challenges on each weapon and character that unlock specific new voice lines, currency, and new gun inspects. And eventually you can get a golden gun after completing all the challenges. This will turn whatever skin you buy into their shiny version, like a shiny Pokemon. So the default skin would just turn gold, and every individual gun skin would have a gold version. So even if you buy this really cool sniper that has like a dragon on it, that really cool cosmetic will have a separate version that is a gold version of that cosmetic. Look at that! I somehow kept player rewards and progression while still having a ton of cosmetics to sell. But it's easy to say that when I don't have a budget, and I don't have to pay anyone to develop this game. And I don't have to worry about anything because this is all just my dream battle royale. That's Macro Royale. If you're a game developer or an aspiring one and you want to take these ideas, you can. Just give me a little credit once you do. Don't be a little punk. This game might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I could see myself getting lost in this game. But what do you think? Do you like some of these ideas that I've pitched? And if this game actually got developed, would you play it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.